I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, just thank you so much for the love and support that you've been giving me. Being able to resonate with the videos that I'm pushing out, and it's just so beautiful how we can all resonate with certain things one way or another, to know we're truly going through it, and being able to be blessed throughout the transition. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life and heading you towards a positive direction. Also, if you feel like the videos are very informative to you, uplifting, give you good vibes, um, that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath going through trying times and needing, spiritual guidance, or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's greatly appreciated, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music that I'm listening to in the background is called 528 hertz um, Reiki music for self healing, cleanse negativity, and spiritual meditation music for angelic harmony. So I will be placing that in the description box below. Y'all ate an apple and it's like it's getting stuck in my throat. But yeah, the video I'm doing today is Twin Flame 101. Heyoka is the new moon with its tactics has us facing our darkest moments. It's true. It's like it seemed like it's been going like this for the last couple of days to lead into the new moon that we just had. And I mean, there's so many people asking, Roslynn, did you feel that? Did you know you dealing with that heaviness? And, it really had us facing all these things. And it's not like that to punish us or remind us of what we've been through. It's basically allowing you to see the things in its most darkest form, heaviest form, to let you know you are still here. You are able to allow yourself to set free from these certain situations, allowing yourself to really see what it was trying, these different situations has taught you through in that darkness. It will strengthen you within to your light. And it is really, I've been talking to a few people, and they're telling me, Rosalind been going through it. There was a couple of people, that was just like, what, F this, I'm tired, not wanting to feel it, giving up on everything. And that's the reason why a lot of times we're placed in certain situations, to basically understand, is this worth me fighting for? Do I have what it takes to, these are the things that I want, but do I have what it takes to make the sacrifices, heal in certain places to get towards the gifts that we truly wanted. And it really had me facing a lot of stuff. Like, I was dealing with it yesterday, day before. I don't think I was really aggravated or anything. I know it was just a lot of things that I was dealing with. It was like downloads at the same time. Like, even yesterday, I was trying to talk to y'all and I kept, messing up on my words and stuff like that, because I was constantly getting, I was opening myself up to spirit for me to just get what I needed to talk about. And then plus I was getting downloads on top of that. So it just like was really messing with my, it made me feel like I had a speech impediment. But it had me seeing a lot of things, like when I was working out last night. I'm so proud of myself, y'all. I worked out, but it was just like, I slept right after, I made the videos, because I was so drained after that. And I know I needed to build myself back up before I start, I'm doing my workout. But it was so many different things that kept coming up that, where friends betrayed me, or, what my mom's ex-husband and his wife did to me, what her children did to me. And I'm just like, you know what, this is not phasing me at all. All it is allowing me to see the strength that I had there. They're playing their part, and in this thing called life. They're really playing their part for it. and it allows me to see the things that I can overcome, allow myself to see that I can detach myself from this emotion, I mean from this certain situation, and detach my emotions from it, but allowing myself to be blessed, because the fact is I went through it. It can no longer have that, emotional hold on me like it has before. There's times when I can really allow myself to deal with it, but allow myself to go through that emotion. It's just like I'm not going to give this emotion anymore. Not to feel like I'm numb or anything, but I'm taking my power back from that damn memory. It was like all that stuff was going through. But today, oh my God, I was just sitting up here looking at all these different videos and stuff like that. And then I kept hearing the song Creed. The song by this band called Creed was coming up in my head, and it just kept coming and kept coming. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to listen to it. And I love Creed. I've loved Creed since when they first started coming out. I love the songs like Arms Wide Open, What If, Higher, One Last Breath. But One Last Breath got to me, but Arms Wide Open really, like, I used to listen to that song and get so emotional and never knew why. And something told me, look at the lyrics and stuff like this. I said, wow, it sounds like he's having a kid. And because he's like, I got the news that, my life is about to change. I'm about to, be the man that I don't know if I can be. And then when I start reading, basically the meaning behind the song, I used to always wonder why I kept hearing that song. And when it did, it always got me really emotional. And then when I went to go look at the meaning of it, it just knocked me, like, it threw me. And I just got really emotional, because then I seen, how my dad's been taking me by my hand in the spiritual realm, letting me know you're not going through this alone. I'm here with you. I never wanted this type of life for you, but as not talking about the spiritual things, but it's just the things that I went through. He didn't want that for me. He was like, what parent wouldn't? I understand, but he was saying that he didn't want me to be like him or whatever. And I'm just like, I love you thick and thin, bad and worse. I still love you. Is you're my dad. That's all I can. I don't see the things that that it was flawed. Your flaws is what make you who you are. I still accept them. You can't love somebody without loving the flaws that they have, unless it's something like very toxic or something like that. But I don't have that when it comes to him. But it was a lot of things that really really got me in my emotions. But it was like not a sad or depressed emotion. It was just me being grateful for everything, allowing myself to see that I have that power to not allow myself to be affected by anything that has happened to me, but allowing myself to be strengthened by what happened to me, and being able to do that and speak my truth in that. I have no shame in that. I've been through a lot of dark things. I mean, I've done things, I made mistakes that I'm not proud of, but it's just like, this is how you learn. I was telling y'all yesterday, I was telling y'all the stuff that I've been through. And if you've been with me for a while, all the things that I've been through that I chose to talk about. But it was like that new moon was like, man, it shit, damn. It was like one of the moments, and it was like, I was so glad I did not get hit like that. The way other people coming to me saying, Roslynn, it feels so different. I'm feeling all these things, the new moon and all this stuff. And people telling me they really went through this stuff. And I was just like, I went through it, but it's not as bad as other people have. I guess it's just because I've been, when it was on an instant repeat, I allowed myself to be tortured by those things. But it's just allowing me to see things for what they truly are. It's just like, you know, I've had my insecure moments. They have had their insecure moments. But the fact is, I'm not pushing my insecurities on anybody else. I'm allowed, I can do that for myself and say, okay, these are the things that I need to fix in my life. But when it came to the memories that was coming back, especially if it's people I don't even think about, that's very irrelevant in my life, I'm just like, you know what? When it came to people that, really stabbed me in the back, when all I could be is just the best friend for them, and they did that, that showed a lot about their character that they have. You can't be a friend to somebody if you don't know how to, you can't look for a friend if you don't know how to be one. And I had to feel that way, but it's just like, I don't hold any animosity towards nobody, especially when it came to the person that was kept coming up in the memory. I was like, shoot, they're in their own personal hell anyway. I ain't even got to do that. I just pray for that woman and, her salvation for herself. But other than that, I ain't got to wish nothing on her, especially when you did things, when you do things and, the person that never did anything to you, it's just like you're feeding off of things you need to heal from. So, I said I'm not gonna allow myself to get triggered by these emotions. That's like these people are not in my life anymore. What they did has already been done. They can't do it again because I'm not allowing them in my life like that no more. I just allow myself to know I was a good friend. Nobody's perfect. But, if you show me that kind of trife, I make deuce. I'm just I can make peace with it and be fine. You lost out on a good friend, not me. So it allowed me to really look at the things that I've really went through and the cards that I've been dealt on a lot of things when it has something to do with my decisions and what it doesn't and what it did. You know, um, and know I'm just strong for that. Just not allowing myself to, get sopped up in emotions that, it can no longer allow, unless you feed that memory, it can't bother you unless you allow it to. Even though there's a lot of things that has been done to me that was very abusive, you know, um, that when I see people that abuse people in that way, I've had some type of mentality at that, I had to grow and learn from. I can admit that, and I really wanted to change that because I was pushing off what my family did to me towards my children because that's all I knew. I didn't wasn't really affectionate with them. After they got a certain age, I wasn't able to really hug them. I'll push them away because it was something that was done to me, and it's not like I wanted to do that to my kids. But I can't show love when I haven't really felt it in that way. But it took me a long time to be that way. That's why I just go overboard when it comes to trying to support my kids or trying to be there during those times when they need me. I say I can't take back what has happened, but I'm trying to make it right. And that was a lot that I didn't have that from the people that did that to me. So I said, just because I came from an unhealthy family, don't mean that unhealthy family is going to come from me. I'm just trying to make sure I can make it right. It's like, no, you can't change the past, but you can always make the present for the better. Allowing yourself to really see the things that really took you there. Really has put you in that a dark spot that had you viewing people differently, had you viewing, you got trust issues, intimate issues. A lot of things has really damaged people in a traumatic way to where it is hard for them to be able to, uh, to connect with people at times. Allowing yourself to not, because it's like when I even talk to people here and on one, I'll speak my truth. I say what I gotta say. I don't sugarcoat anything, but I never, you have to really push me in a corner for me to just go and try to like bite your head off. It's just like that with me. But I'm very humble. I try not to go and clap back like that. Like I used to. It's just because sometimes your no response is a best response at times when it comes to certain things. But it is like if somebody really needs that correction, and it's not like you're trying to diss them or down them or bully them. I'm like, hey, that for future reference, don't do that. Or just be mindful of how another person would feel if this is happening, or how you reject, because I have to be able to you know um correct the correct criticism for myself as well. you know but it just really had me thinking about a lot of things, and I thought it was just like, oh my, am I the only one that's feeling this? It's like things are just coming up out of the blue. I could see if something happened that was stressful, and then it just had that domino effect, but it just came out the blue. And it was like three or four people had already told me about that, and I'm like, God, dog, I guess this is, because everybody kept saying something about new moon and all that stuff. But it just really had me thinking about all the things that I truly went through, and allowed me to know, even though those things hurt me like hell, and not to have apology or explanation, or even you being honest, that never came out. But it's just like, okay, there's a lot of times people are not going to say sorry because they're not. It's just they, if they are, and you know what type of people they are, when people tell you they're sorry and they're still doing it, that became a habit. And I had to break anything off that where somebody tried to basically, you know, you know, disrespect me to get me in my emotions or feeling like, there's some people out there that, get off on, hurting people and make them feel superior towards people. I'm just like that. That's not making you superior or inferior to nobody. That's just making you sound weak as hell, because I don't do that. I feel good when I'm able to put joy in somebody's life. I feel good when I can help, guide them towards clarity. That's where I feel good at and feel like, it ain't even with power. It's just being able to be a person that I can say I'm blessed that I was able to help that person in that way. They may needed that. And I never cast judgment on people. You can tell me the things that's going on with you, and I can tell you what you need to hear, not what you want me to tell you. I've never been that type of person. So I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but to be honest, this and this and that. And let it be that. I always tell people, be careful what you ask me. You might not like the answer you're gonna get. Because I keep it real. And it's not about being angry. It's not being aggressive or anything. It's just like I said, I'm trying to be mindful of how I deliver a message, because I want that kind of respect in return to me. We don't always got to agree on everything, but it's just how you come at me is a whole new different ball game, because it's like some people I just delete, some people I'll let you have it because you pushed me to that point, and say what I say and going about my business. Ain't gonna be no tit for tat fighting this and this and that. I ain't got time for all that. I got too much energy. I could be putting on positive things than something that's not gonna really move me like that. And I'm really grateful for those things. I really am. And it's just like when a lot of times when those memories come up, a lot of times they're resurfacing because these are the things you need to see the deeper meaning of, the bigger picture of, or it's just trying to come up to the surface so you can part ways with it and part ways with love, because those situations, even though they hurt you, those are the things that are going to also strengthen you as well. Power is very powerful, but it's all about you carrying that negative energy of power, or carrying out the positive of that powerful energy, whatever. But I know it really took a lot of people through it, and a lot of people couldn't handle that. But I'm just glad I was like, oh, I had my strength shield up. I was like, damn, I know. Because it's just like when you're ready to close chapters, you're gonna be willing to do in that work, and it might be hard as I don't know what. You might get an aggravation. It's okay, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be glad that you went through these things after it's all said and done. Because if it's hard, sometimes you need that discipline in your life. I know I did. But then I allow myself to see, through those hard times, I just didn't realize all that strength I was getting back, but when it comes up, is this going to be that emotional trigger for you? Or are you going to allow the situation to say, yeah, it hurt me like hell, but I already took that daggone emotion back. This can no longer affect me because it's no longer irrelevant to me. Especially if it's people I purposely cut cords from in my life and tell you I just tolerated you to get that closure and going about my business. But just because I'm being cordial with you don't mean nothing. I don't have that type of energy to waste on something I already know you about to feed me a whole line of bullshit. I ain't got time. So it's just like it is what it is. I'm at that point where everything has been placed on me to break me has only made me a lot stronger, to let me know these are the things you're going to overcome. This too shall pass. All these things that you have dealt with is temporary, because it allowed you, when that thing took effect in your life, and it really took you there. It really took you there. I went into rare form. I not in rare form, but it really took me into transition for the hardest. I cried, I kicked, I screamed, I was angry. That's what that awakening does to you, because it allows you to see all the things you went through, allows you to see the truth of what folks was placing on you. And this is what I had to do to be able to make my mark in the world, imprint something. So being able to do that, and it was just like, this is life of illusion, and it's up to you if you want to allow that illusion to still get to you. And I had to really allow myself to like part ways with that and say, this ain't gonna be the thing that gets me. This is not the thing that is gonna have me at that point. I've been there. I've sat here and cried and talked to my dad, talked to my spirit guides, my loved ones that passed. How can this happen to me? Why is it that I'm paying for something somebody else has done to me? This is not fair. They need to be handed what they need to be handed. When they did that to me, I felt all those type of things. But then I had to allow myself to see you're being unfair to yourself, because you're allowing yourself to get angry about it, and you have every reason to be angry because of what they did to you and what you were robbed of. But this is going to be that main, I'd rather put positive energy to motivate myself to keep raising my consciousness, and not allow me to put an energy on things that I cannot change. This only thing I can change is me, how I see it, how I deal with it, how I part ways, and how I reflect on it, reset, and release. That's all. The only thing I got power on, and I choose to not put any type of energy on that, because all it is just making me want to do some stupid stuff, or keeping me at a low frequency that keeps me in a situation longer than I want to be in it. And that's how I choose to deal with it. And that really made me feel blessed, because it shows me my strength. It shows you your strength. If these things are being brought up and it still puts you in your feelings, that means this is something that you need to heal from. This is something that's coming to that is coming to the surface, for you can allow to say thank you for what this situation taught me. Even though it hurt the hell out of me, it also strengthened the hell out of me as well. So I can allow myself to move on and go to bigger and better. Heal from the things that was placed on me, heal from the things that has broke me. I tell y'all all the time, it's easy to be mad, it's easy to play victim, it's easy to point the finger. But where your strength comes in is when you are still at that lowest point, not wanting to get out the bed in the morning, not wanting to wash your ass in the morning, not wanting to brush your teeth, comb your hair. You just want to sit in bed and soak all day. But when you choose to do the opposite, that's where your strength is. Because even though you're still feeling sad and stuff like that, but you're allowing yourself to keep moving. Even though you don't know where you're going to get the strength from to keep moving, you keep moving. That's where strength comes in, because when you allow yourself to keep pushing, like, I don't even feel like doing this today. I had to do that last night because I was tired as hell, didn't want to do nothing. But it was like my ass to sit up here and put one of them daggone videos on, and I knew my daughter just came in the house. And then all of a sudden I heard something screaming, and I forgot what it was on. I guess it was on the autoplay, and it had something on, and I jumped up so quick, like, oh my God, what's going on with my baby? And all I hear is, like, I hear my spirit guides and they're busting out laughing, because I jumped up and almost ran into the dresser. And I was like, oh damn, it's the TV. And I was like, telling my daughter, hey, you all right? And she's like, what's wrong with you? I thought something was, because when you hear somebody screaming like that, it sound like they done, the water burning them, or they done caught something on fire and then they hurt themselves or they cut themselves. That was that type of, gut curling scream. So I was just like, okay, y'all wanted me up. That was a good way to get me up, because I was wide awake. There ain't no way in hell I could go back to sleep after hearing that. But even I had to laugh at that. I know it's like you can't sit up here and say they're doing something that scared the mess out of you, or you thought you saw, and you ain't sit back and get tickled by the fact is how you had a good reflex at that time. Because I watched too many horror movies. If I see something that don't look right to me, I'm gone. I'm like, every man for himself. If I tell you to move and you ain't moving, that ain't got nothing to do with me. At least I warned you. I'm that type of person. You tell me to run, I'm gonna run. And while I'm trying to catch my breath, what we running for while I'm running? Because when you only gotta tell me one time and I see you running, you ain't that tight either, I'm gone. But it's like the last couple of days, I just try to find humor in a lot of stuff, because sometimes you gotta cry to keep your ass from crying. Laugh to keep you from crying. But it just allowed me to really dive deep, since I'm dealing with this stuff. And when you really ready for that change, my mom always tell me that when you getting tired of stuff, when you really getting tired of it, and you really trying to go somewhere, like I put that post up yesterday, you'll feel that shift in your path. You'll feel that shift, like, hey, it's time for you to let go of this. Hey, it's time for you to start investing in more positive habits. Hey, you got to find more positive ways of getting the work done. Hey, these are certain things you need to let go of, because it's hindering where we're trying to take you. Because when they're telling you to let go of something, you only person you're punishing is yourself, and you wonder why you haven't got the things that you're manifesting, because they're in that, they're in that cycle where things are changing for you, because you allow yourself to see the things that are gravitating towards you, that is from a loving place, it's from a positive place, it's from an uplifting place. You're gravitating towards people that want to see you do good as well as they're doing good. They're trying to motivate themselves as you're motivating yourself. Those are the type of things that that is changing for you. You may not get what you want at that time, but they're gonna, that's going to be the best thing. And I said that today. I sent a post out there today. Sometimes those things you didn't get what you wanted was the best thing you didn't get. Because by the time you get something, it's something that you didn't even imagine. You didn't even ask for. You asked for a little thing. And just because of all the things that you had to face, all the trauma you had to heal from, every tear you have shed, every time you have got your heart broken, and then they end up blessing you with stuff because you always wondering why certain people walked out of your life, why certain people ghost you, why people that you loved and trusted the most end up turning into strangers, because maybe those are the people that they only supposed to stay in your life for that split minute, and they were supposed to part ways. You don't know. Instead of them turning their back on you, it was God and universe turned you away from them, because they already knew whatever journey they're about to place you on, these people are going to drag you, or they're going to try to rob from you, or they're going to try to block you, because they're not going to like what you're getting and when they're not getting, you know and it's just, it is what it is. And it's just like you, and I hope and pray that y'all have actually looked at those memories like that when they came up. These are not things that's supposed to be resurfacing for you to dwell on. These are not the things that is coming to resurface for you to put that same emotion in that you had when it first happened. These are the things to reflect you and say, you see how you are right now. Okay, you see the things that we're teaching you along the way. Are you seeing the things that we're uplifting you for you to have that space? I mean that space for positive goals, uh motivation, that power, that magic, everything you're holding. You see what has happened. Now look at where you are now. This didn't kill you, but it's going to slow you down if you keep holding on to it. They want you to part ways with that. They want you to be able to let go of that, because they got so much better for you. You want a better life on for yourself. You have to be able to allow the things that hold you back, kept you at a low frequency, kept you mad, kept you bitter, and let that go, because it's no longer needed no more. It got you to where it needed to, because it strengthened you. Even though you didn't know how, understand how can something traumatic strengthen you, because the fact is you survived it. The fact is, I'm hoping and praying you don't still have the people in your life that caused that problem. Me, I have that, but this is where my strength comes in, for me to know that the closest people that I trusted is the main one that stabbed me in my back when they had a chance to talk about me behind my back. That lets me know, hey, there's things that you need to heal from. If I can tell you straight to your face about how things are, and you want to get all up in your feelings about that, a bark dog will holler, okay? But it is just me when I can allow myself to accept the problems that I have, because I don't want to put everything on somebody else, but I can allow myself to face and be responsible for the decisions I've made, because I've seen red flags and my butt just stood there and just kept on seeing them and ignored them. And then I can't get mad at that, because those are the decisions I made. But that, certain lessons that you're supposed to have, when it comes to certain people and the toxic situations that you've been placed in, or you got it towards because of the decisions you made, those are the main things that's going to strengthen you. Because when those things you've been placed in, either you're going to see how this is, and it'll make you know, okay, I know the red flags when I see this stuff popping off, and this is going to be the main thing I'm gonna allow myself to heal from. I don't have to keep dealing with this. It's all about how you respond to things, how you look at it, how you view it, and how you just going to cut yourself away from it. Because if you keep on allowing yourself to go into that repetitive pattern about what these folks did, it ain't doing nothing except holding you back from the blessings that they're trying to receive in your life. Because instead of you paying attention to that door of drama and darkness and just madness or whatever, you will be missing out on the doors that's trying to open for you, for the blessings that you deserve from dealing with all that stuff. So you have to allow yourself to look at it for what it is. I damn sure did. I'm tired. When I say I'm tired, I'm tired. I'm ready to release, let go, and keep moving. But I hope you were able to resonate with the content of my video. Um, I hope y'all had a blessed, awesome weekend, being very responsible at everything you're doing in your life. Know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I would love to give a post notification shout out to Claire McGee as well as Linda Kennedy. It's so good to hear from you. And if this is your first time stopping by, welcome. It's so good to have you. Drop a line so I can go ahead and give you a post notification shout out. And I pray that everything that you're trying to bring into your life manifests more than what you asked for, and it comes way sooner than you expected. If you don't feel comfortable with dropping me a line here, you can always find me at Facebook Messenger, not the page, but the Messenger. I would gladly be able to connect with you there if you have things that you're going through that you need, clarity on, or just need guidance with. I have no problem with helping. I help out the best way I can, or send you towards the direction that'll help you the best way it can. So I will see you on my next video. Much love. Peace. Be wild.